Hello. The last book that I read was about dreams. And today I bring you another book featuring dreams. This book is called Dream Birds by David Ogden. Little Natsama loved to visit his grandmother, Holima, the medicine woman. On his 7th birthday, Holima told him about dream birds. At the beginning and ending of every day, dream birds spread their wings. One wing reaches out to the sun, and the other reaches out to the moon. Whoever finds a dream bird receives a great gift. Grandmother, have you ever found a dream bird? Holima smiled, deepening the creases around her moon-pale eyes. She said nothing. I think you have, Grandmother. What was your gift? The dream bird's gift is something you must discover for yourself, Holima's reply. I will become a great hunter, exclaimed Natsama. Then I can find a dream bird and claim my gift. Under Holima's guidance, Natsama learned the ways of nature and how to live in the wild. She took him on long treks to gather herbs and other plants used for healing. One day, while walking through a woodland, they heard leaves rustling in the breeze and ravens cawing in the distance. You're learning to recognize the sound of nature, said the medicine woman. But do you know the difference between hearing and listening? When the puzzled boy remained silent, Holima placed her hand over his heart. You hear with your ears, she whispered, but you listen with your heart. By listening closely, you can feel your oneness with the source of all things. Natsama was curious. Grandmother, what is the source of all things? The source of all things is like a circle, Holima explained. It is where everything begins and everything returns. The seasons came and went, but Natsama never forgot his grandmother's story about dream birds. Determined to find a dream bird and claim his gift, he sought out the best hunters in his village, who taught him the ways of hunting and fishing. Even his teachers were astonished at how quickly Natsama mastered the skill of hunting. As words of his prowess spread among the tribal along the coast, the strong young brave became very proud of his reputation. Eventually, he believed that no one was his equal, not even Holima, the medicine woman. On the evening before his 16th birthday, Natsama entered his grandmother's lodge. Entering with his feet planted wide apart, he looked down at the medicine woman and declared, I am ready to find a dream bird. Grandson, have you considered that you may fail? I will not fail, exclaimed Natsama. I am the greatest hunter in our tribe. Listen carefully, she cautioned. When you track a dream bird, you must allow it to find you. This requires patience and humility. It will not be easy for such a proud hunter. Grandmother, I have earned the right to be proud. I will soon find a dream bird and claim my gift. You will see. Day after day, Natsama searched for a dream bird. He saw many birds, hawks, owls, herons, and even an eagle. But he did not find a dream bird. Reluctantly, the disheartened young hunter returned to Holima's lodge. Taking his usual place across the fire from Grandmom, Natsama stared at the rising flames. Finally, he said, Grandmother, I have searched everywhere without finding even a trace of a dream bird. Now I wonder if dream birds are real. Have I made a fool of myself looking for something that doesn't exist? As Holima added cedar boughs to the fire, the crackling of burning embers filled the silence. Natsama, she said solemnly, Most people never see a dream bird. You must go to the high places and seek the great eagle. In its flight is a sign. Recognize that sign, and you will know the secret of finding the dream bird. Natsama had just left Holima's lodge when two tribesmen paddled by in a canoe. "The medicine woman is having fun with you," they laughed. "We told you there was no such thing as a dream bird. You should have listened." Once his admiring friends, they now openly joked about Natsima, the great hunter of imaginary birds. Stunned by their taunts, Natsima stalked off toward the mountains. For days he searched, but saw only one eagle flying far off in the distance. Again, the impatient youth questioned himself. What could be so important about an eagle's flight? Maybe the others are right, and there are no dream birds. One cold morning at sunrise, Natsama sighted a majestic bald eagle circling high overhead. In desperation, he pleaded to the soaring bird. "How much failure must I endure? When will you reveal the secret in your flight?" Without warning, the eagle suddenly plunged towards the earth and disappeared into a deep ravine. As he watched, Natsima felt that too. He felt that he too was falling within himself. He remembered being a young boy curled up beside Holima, beside her fire as she sang his favorite song. "Fish are home in the water, birds are home in the air. People are at home on the land, but there is another home where mysteries once hidden now are revealed. It is the place within, the source of all things." "Now I know where to find a dream bird," Natsama shouted. That night Natsama dreamed about the fire in Holima's lodge. Suddenly the flames changed into a glowing, luminous bird that towered over him. On the bird's breast feathers were faint images resembling other hunters from the village. But one image was clear and distinct. It was his own face. "This feather must be the dream bird's gift. I will take it to show everyone that I am still the best hunter." When he reached out to pluck the feather, Natsima awoke. Early the following morning, he hurried to Holima's lodge. "Grandmother, last night I found a dream bird." As Natsama proudly described his dream, the medicine woman listened, occasionally nodding her head. The firelight made her long silver hair appear to glow. After the excited youth had finished, Holima paused before replying. "Yes, Eagle has shown you that you must go inside yourself to find a dream bird. But last night your pride was dreaming its dream. What you saw was not a dream bird, nor have you received its gift." Angered by his grandmother's response, Natsama stormed out into the morning mist. That night, Natsama slept fitfully, wondering if he would ever find the elusive dream bird. Just before dawn, he dreamed again of Holima stirring her fire. The embers sparked and hissed, then flared brilliantly. From the swirling flames, a silver bird slowly emerged. In the glowing bird's moon-pale eyes, Natsama saw an image of himself. Then the image changed into a small golden bird that was hopping wildly about, cocking its head from side to side. It seemed confused and bewildered. Natsama awoke with a start as a wolf howled in the distance. Shivering in the morning air, he pulled a blanket around his shoulders and recalled his dream. The silver bird was the same color as Holima's hair. Its eyes worked like Holima's too. But what about the frantic little bird? Is that how I've been acting? the first time in his life, Natsama felt that he did not really know himself. How can this be, he moaned. I am Natsama the great hunter. But somehow his words sounded hollow and meaningless. Natsama returned to the ridge where he had first seen the bald eagle. Resting against an ancient cedar tree, he prayed for guidance. The determined youth waited 3 days and 2 nights, hoping for a sign that would lead him to the dream bird. On the evening of the 3rd day, a full moon rose over the horizons. Again, the young hunter dreamed of Holima slowly stirring her fire. This time, the flames transformed into a brilliant golden bird that stood as tall as he. At first, Natsima was overjoyed. But when he saw the bird's wings hanging limply at its side, a deep sense of sadness filled his heart. Suddenly, a huge crimson snake appeared in the smoky shadows. Hissing fiercely, the creature unwound its tight coils and slithered closer. Natsima shuddered as the snake towered overhead, flicking its forked tongue between long, sharp fangs. The bird crouched and looked up, struggling in vain to fly away. But its wings were useless. Natsama knew the beautiful bird, would soon be crushed within the snake's deadly coils. Despite his fear, the young hunter moved forward to protect the golden bird. Let my spirit fill your wings, he cried. Up they soared, high above the earth. On the tip of the bird's left wing was the setting moon. On the right was the rising sun. Below, a full circle rainbow rose through the sparkling mist. Off in the distance, Natsama saw Holima gliding toward him like a great white eagle, radiant with a light brighter than the sun. The medicine woman reached out to her grandson. At that moment, he heard her say, "Your true name is now Wind Warrior." When he awoke the next morning, Natsama ran to his grandmother's lodge and stood just inside the door. Holima motioned that he should sit next to her instead of his customary place across the fire. Warmed by the flames, Natsama patiently waited for her to speak. "Have you found your dream bird?" she asked softly. "You know I have, grandmother." "What is your dream bird, grandson?" "It is the part of me that soars with the great eagle." Holima smiled knowingly. "And what is your dream bird's gift?" He paused for a moment and took a deep breath. "Embracing the power and wonder of my own spirit. That is the great bird's gift. I'll never be the same again, grandmother." "You have found your true self," Holima whispered. "That which was hidden has now been revealed. You have always been Wind Warrior." As the medicine woman smiled, Wind Warrior saw his reflection shining in her moon-pale eyes. And that is the end of this story. Another story of dreaming. Dreaming that leads to interesting places and knowing and being. I hope you've enjoyed it and have a good week.